Good morning, magandang umaga po. I know one thing for sure. When people are not in favor of what's happening in the Philippines, they voice out their opinion. They say, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why not do this? Why not do that? But when they are in favor of what the Philippine government is doing, they keep their mouth shut, with the exception of few. So what's dominating the airwaves, so to speak, is that the government is doing something bad, negative impressions, not too many positive impressions. What I would like to do is to do a survey, and that's what we're going to talk about. Stay with me. I prepared a survey just to have an overall reading as to how what is the people's sentiment about what the Philippine government is doing. Are they in favor of all these lockdowns and travel restrictions and the vaccination and so forth and so on? Or are they not? You know what this means? I would appreciate it very much if most of you, if not all of you, participate in this survey. The more respondent I get, the more accurate the read is going to be as far as the sentiment of the people. This is an opportunity for you to express your thoughts, and this is going to be very easy. There's only about 10 questions here, and it's multiple choice question, and then you have an opportunity to say whatever you want to say towards the end. And don't worry, your name is not going to be disclosed, unlike in the comment section here, because that sort of limits the number of comments I get, because some people are embarrassed or due to confidentiality, they shy away from giving their comments. This will not disclose any of your information. Towards the end, I ask for your email address. I promise you that email address will not go beyond this office. It will be used strictly to notify you that the result is available. Once this survey is done, I'm going to post another to show you the result of the survey, and you will be the first one to know that there's a posting available, so that you can see what the overall feeling is of the people, not only of the Philippines, but the entire world, especially those who are traveling to the Philippines. This will give me a more accurate view of the people's sentiment instead of getting a biased view. Let's take a look at the survey so that you have an idea what it's going to cover. First question, does the Philippine Consular Office respond to your email inquiries? Yes, always. No, never. Sometimes. But if you never communicated with them, you just click not applicable. Next question. Does the Philippine Consular Office answer your phone calls or returns your call? Yes, always. No, never. Sometimes. If you never called, not applicable. Question number 3. Are you happy with the services you receive from the Philippine Consular Office? Yes, very much so. Absolutely not. Somewhat. No comment, not applicable, because if you never called any consular office, then you wouldn't know. So that's going to be not applicable. Number 4. Do you agree with the Philippine government's overall handling of COVID-19 travel restrictions, protocol to fight the pandemic? Well, if you strongly disagree, it's going to be 0. If you strongly agree, it's 5. And it's more or less in the middle. Maybe it's number 3, or number 2. If you're leaning more towards the negative, maybe it's number 1. Number 5. Are travelers given adequate time to react when it comes to announcing new travel restrictions being imposed? Keeping in mind, going from overseas to the Philippines is not like going to Quiapo, going to Manila. No, it requires a lot of planning, a lot of reservation, time involved, a lot of time involved in doing that. So you can say very adequate 0, or very adequate is 5 and very inadequate is going to be 0. Question number 6. Number of travel reservations to the Philippines that was canceled or disrupted due to changes in travel restriction. This must be answered. I need to get 100% of people answering this. I did not travel at all. No problem. I traveled and had no disruption. Everything went smoothly. You may have had problems in the immigration. I'm talking about in leaving the country until the arrival into the country. 1 time disrupted, 2 times disrupted, 3 or more times disrupted. Some of you even said 4 or 5 times their travel was disrupted. But maybe that's once in a blue moon. So I want to know what percentage of the people traveling are getting inconvenienced by this. Number 7. If you are vaccinated passenger entering the Philippines and a 7-day quarantine is required if and when Green Lane is implemented, would that encourage you to come to the Philippines? 7 days better than none? No, 7 days is unacceptable at all. So you say yes, no, or maybe. Okay? Will you allow yourself to be vaccinated to control the pandemic? Some people that giving me comments are really very negative. In fact, posting stuff to discourage other people from getting the medicine. Yes, no, maybe. Number 9. If you're open to being vaccinated, which vaccine would you prefer to receive? Sinovac, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, others, because there are others. There's one in India. There's also one in Russia, Sputnik. So, but those are not very popular, so I just put those in others. Any other comment you may want? This is where you can put a narrative if you want to talk about any comment that you want to make. And this, I'm going to ask you to provide your email address, but your email address will not be used for anything outside of this office. This is just to communicate between you and I. And this will be used to let you know as soon as the result of the survey is completed, and I will post that, and I will advise you that this is the result. So I'll appreciate it if most of you, if not everybody, participate in this survey, so I will have a better read and I will report it back to you as to what is the sentiment. Do people really believe that things are so negative? Because I can't believe that everybody believes it's negative. I only had one that I responded to because she believes, I can't remember what it is. I think it has something to do with the spread of coronavirus in Cebu. And I gave her back my comment, but I like that. I like the fact that she's expressing a different opinion than what others are saying, or even what I'm saying. So I'll appreciate this if you can share this survey questionnaire to some of your friends to express their opinion. This is an opportunity for your opinion to count. And hopefully government officials will see this survey too. And if they are interested, obviously, they may not be interested in what people think. They'll just keep on making decisions and decisions, not considering what other people are saying. I'll appreciate it if you can spread this around, and please subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so, and I'll appreciate it if you click like. Thank you so much, and make it a great day. God bless.